I kind of expect a retreat here. My dude, you can't win the middle location. He's gonna Rhino to my Rhino and my Scorpion combo. I comboed myself, but it's all good. Yo, hey guys, it's Drewberry and I'm back with another Snap Draft. This is number 3, and this time the theme is villains. Shout out to Brozu, I hope I pronounced it right. He commented in my last video that I should do a villain run. I was like, you know what, that's a great idea. So let's put together some villains. So you're gonna see here, I got all the villains put together. And you might be thinking, whoa, wait, Drewberry, there's this one specific card in Marvel Snap that you totally forgot that's a villain and you didn't add it. Well, you're probably right. But what I did is I took every single card and I Googled if it was a villain or not. And a lot of them came up as anti-heroes or anti-villains, whatever you want to call them. They're in the middle. The in-betweeners. So I'm not adding those because that could be a video on its own. There's quite a few in Marvel Snap. What I tried to look for were characters that were very specifically villains. Really always the bad guys, not the good guys. So this is the list that I came up with. Now you're also going to notice I don't own every single villain in the game yet. Fortunately, I'm just shy of collection level 2000. Still working my way up, and I'm missing a few cards. So the ones that are grayed out are not going to be in the randomizer or available. But I have preloaded the randomizer to have all the cards that are still in color. And we put them all in, and we're going to see what we get. We're going to draft 12 of them. All the rules are going to be around in the video. So basically, really quickly, I'm going to have 10 cubes as my life total. If I win a game, I add those cubes to my total. If I get to 20, then I win the Snap Draft. But if I drop enough cubes to the point where I have 0 left, then I lose the Snap Draft. In our first one, we lost, and the second one, we won. So here we go with the villains. Let's get into the draft. All right. Here we go. First pick. I always love drafting in any game, so this is always super exciting for me. So here we go. I get 3 options. Let's see what we get. Uatu, the Watcher, Destroyer, or Hobgoblin. Whoa! Okay. So I haven't looked through this list extensively, analyzed it to see what's in, what's not. I know a few cards just off the top of my head, but I don't know if there's a lot of Destroy synergy. There might just be none. Like I know there's Carnage, he's a villain, but like off the top of my head, like the ones that you want to destroy, like Nova, Bucky Barnes, like those are heroes. So I don't have that benefit. I don't use Professor X isn't in it and armor, so there's nothing to protect my cards. And this is a turn 6 drop, and we need to win games. So I have a feeling Destroyer is a huge bait and probably not good for this draft, so I'm not going to pick Destroyer. Uatu, he could be good, but honestly he seems weak half the time, but he's a 1 drop, so maybe that's worth it. But Hobgoblin wins games. I love Hobgoblin. We're taking Hob first. Number 2. Onslaught, Carnage, or Sandman. All right, I don't really like Carnage, and I don't like Sandman, so I think the best pick here is to go with Onslaught. It's committing a little bit early to our 6 drop, but if I just look for good ongoing cards, then maybe we'll be okay. So I'm going to try and go with Onslaught. All right, next up is Juggernaut, Dracula, or Ronan the Accuser. There we go. That's pretty much exactly what I was looking for. I mean, Ronan's okay. If we double his effect, maybe he'll be good, but it's really relying on what my opponent's holding in their hand, which might be awkward. But at this point, I don't know if we have much option with our ongoing cards. I don't know which ongoing cards are in this list. So I'm going to go with Ronan and hope that it works out. Okay, Rhino, Swarm, or Kingpin. Oof, these are not great. Kingpin is just bad unless we got Magneto, but we're not going that route. Swarm, I don't know if there's any discard synergy, and at the end of the day, he'll be a 2-3, which maybe is okay. Rhino could help us out. Rhino could actually help us out. It might be worth going Rhino. Just seems a little bit weird because he's not that great of a card when you compare him to Scarlet Witch, but I think I'm going to go with Rhino. Next up is Sabretooth, Killmonger, or Typhoid Mary. Okay, so there's an ongoing card. That's a terrible ongoing effect. We don't want to double that at all. So definitely not going Typhoid. Sabretooth may be okay and destroy things, but even then he's not great, and we don't have any synergy for that. Killmonger, he's a safe bet. He's great for destroying 1 drops. We're going Killmonger. I also have the best variant. I can't wait to show you guys. Okay, Scorpion, Death, or Abomination. Wow, they're really giving us some destroy stuff. I underestimated how much destroy synergy there might be. Scorpion's a really nice early drop, and I don't think we have too many of those. We definitely do not, so that would be a pretty good pickup. And then we got Abomination, but again, I got too many late game stuff and Abomination's not doing enough. So I think we're going with Scorpion. Craven, Arnim Zola, or Apocalypse. Oh my gosh. I see Arnim Zola in every single draft I've had, and I love this guy, but he's just not very good. That's his problem. And with what we have right now, do I really care to Arnim Zola any of my cards? Certainly not. And Apocalypse, definitely not. We have nothing to discard, and then he's just a 6/8. I don't like going Craven here. He's just a 2/2, but we pretty much are hands tied here. I've got to go Craven. Maximus, Vulture, or Medusa. Okay, interesting. 2 on reveals and Vulture when things move around. But again, I have no move synergy. I don't even know if there's any cards that move things in this list. So that's a bit of an issue. Whereas Maximus is always a pretty reliable card. I actually really like him. Even if you give cards, it's not a huge deal. And there's a really good combo here with our couple picks ago, we picked Scorpion. So what you do is you play Maximus and then you Scorp their hand. Really give like a mass discount of power in their hand. So it's actually a pretty good combo. I think we're going to go with Maximus. All right, next is Mr. Sinister, Magneto, or Red Skull. Oh, I do love Magneto. We had him in our last draft and he clutched out some victories for us. Mr. Sinister is actually pretty good with our... no, he's not good at all. I have nothing that synergizes with Mr. Sinister. I don't know why, but I thought back then I took a buffing card. But no, it's Craven that we have. So maybe Red Skull. I just don't want to duplicate that ongoing effect, but he might fit nicely. I think Red Skull's too much of a risk. And we already have Hobgoblin at 5. I'm going to go Mr. Sinister just for the stats. Crossbones, Viper, or the Hood. Well, these are pretty interesting. No ongoing effects, so my Onslaught is really relying on Ronin. This is getting awkward. Crossbones is a pretty good card, actually. I quite like Crossbones, and it pairs well with Maximus because that's a lot of power out of location. Then you play Crossbones, boom. All of a sudden you're at 15. The Hood is a pretty good card, but I have nothing to get rid of the Hood. Except for Killmonger, I suppose. But that just doesn't seem like enough. In Viper, I don't want to send anything over to my opponent. So we're going to go with Crossbones. Giganto, Ebony Maw, or Sentinel. Really awkward. I don't know if I want any of this. The only thing I can think of that might be useful is Sentinel, to just have something to play on curve, continue to play card. Giganto is pretty wild. It might be a good alternative instead of Onslaught. The curve is looking a little light at the end, so I think Giganto is actually the way to go. We're going to go with the big guy. All right, next one and last pick is Mojo, Electro, or Claw. Ooh, Claw's pretty good. I quite like Claw. That would be a pretty good one. Mojo isn't bad either. That's a great ongoing effect to get doubled. Electro is not. Electro is not a good ongoing effect, and we definitely don't want to pick him. It's really between Mojo or Claw. I think we're going to go Claw just because I'm not sure how reliably I'm going to get 4 cards at a location while still winning another location. And I really like that we can split up the power and then double that effect with Onslaught. That's a really nasty combo. Pool 1 combo, in fact. So we're going to go with Claw. That concludes the draft for our villains archetype. So let's get right into it and let's win some cubes. All right, I'm back. Had a bit of a dog emergency. Had to go take out the dog, but we're all good. And I'm ready to kick off this snap draft. So let's get into it. So while I was taking out the dog, I was thinking, I didn't draft a single 1-drop. And in fact, I don't even know how many 1-drops are villains in this game. I know we had the option for the Watcher, but that didn't really seem appealing at the time. But maybe it would have been the pick. So we're just always going to end turn on 1. Which is fine, because we got Killmonger, I guess. And look at that, they got 1-drops. We'll just destroy their 1-drops. That's the plan. Get these ninjas out of there. It's looking actually pretty good. And we haven't drawn a 2-drop yet, which is disappointing. So I'm definitely Killmongering next turn. Right? Because I want to fill out the curve. So I could Killmonger. I could Killmonger. Crossbones. Claw. I have to play a card on the far right though, is the problem with Claw right now. I'd really appreciate drawing Hobgoblin. That'd be nice. But ultimately that's the plan right now. The other thing is I could put Killmonger on Dark Dimension, baiting the fact that all that stuff's going to be destroyed, and I don't actually have to worry about it. The only problem there is, how do I win the game? Probably don't. But we're going to do it anyways. We're going to see what happens. He's got a Higher Heart. See, look, even better. Even better. He's going to keep buffing those. I hope he, doubles the buff there. Oh man, this is so disappointing that I can't play Claw. But, you know what? Ronin's pretty good here. How many cards do they have? They have 5 cards in their hand. I hope he doesn't play too much. He's playing 1 at a time right now. Oh, he's going to Mr. Negative his deck. That's pretty good for him. If you guys don't know Mr. Negative, he is one of the best cards in the game, I think. Decks are built around him. Makes for some crazy turn 6s, so we really have to look out for that. Here, there's really no choice. We're not playing Claw. That would be just redonkulous. So we're playing Scorpion and Mr. Sinister. Hopefully he finds a way to draw a bunch of cards. I hope he doesn't play too many. He can only play 2, right? He can only play 2, which means we're at least getting a -3 buff to his hand, which might help us. And again, we're looking to win Shadowland and Dark Dimension. That's the 2 locations we're on. So he does play 2 cards. It's going to be Morph into Crossbones with Iron Man. That will certainly be enough to beat me at that location. But that's probably his trump card, is that Iron Man. It's fantastic with Mr. Negative. So what do we want to do here to win the game? Yeah, he's going to snap. Onslaught just seems like the play. Even though he could play a bunch of cards here, he could honestly play out his whole hand. That would be a bummer. But if he doesn't... Geez, are we going to win the Dark Dimension, though? Awkward. Maybe... Hold on. Maybe we Claw on the far left. That's going to give us 7, buff Shadowland up a bit. The other option is I could Giganto on the far left and just hope Ronin is enough down the middle. That might not work out either. But again, he thinks that Sunspot's going to live. Wow, this is intense. This is tight. There's so many options. There's so many courses of action. I think Onslaught's actually the wrong decision. I'm going to go with Claw. Kind of seems weird. But I think I need to divide up enough power at both locations. I might just be weakening myself, but let's see what happens. 4 cubes, so it's not the end of the world. Okay, he is going to play 2 cards there. Mystique is going to copy Iron Man, but she's actually got a negative power total right now. And then Wolfsbane is probably going to be enough to do me in there. I do get rid of 10 power, and I give +5, but because he just played enough cards, we're off by 1. And if I had Onslaught, we would have won. Right? It would have been 6 power, doubling Ronin. He would have went to 8. But who's to know that they weren't going to play a card on the left there? All right. -4. That's okay. Let's get back on the horse. Let's get back in there. We are down to 6 cubes. So we're not exactly a full loss away from being out of it. But we do have an uphill climb here. Snapping is so much riskier in Snapdraft. My opponents don't understand what's on the line here. Okay, we got Killmonger and Rhino in the opening hand. Really, the number 1 card I want to see with this deck is Mr. Sinister. Ideally, I think he's our best 2-drop. Craven's junk. Scorp's pretty good. Okay, Squirrel's coming out. That's great for Killmonger. Scorp. Right on cue. Whoever's winning this location gets +3. With Giganto, we probably want to make that happen. Carnage. Sure. Carnage Angel. Whatever, buddy. You can have that middle location. Don't need it. Don't need it. In fact... Whoa, Titan. Woohoo! Do I want to Killmonger now? I destroy 3 cards. I have a feeling he's going to play more 1-drops. This is a very bot-like deck. I tend to see this deck frequently, especially this variant, which is really nice, by the way. But Angel, not such a great card. So I could Rhino Xandar, or I could Killmonger at Xandar, or even better yet, at Titan. I think that's the play. Let's just get out Killmonger now. See what happens here. Like, even if he plays more 1-drop, so be it. Like, I'm just like playing cards here. Oh, Nova. Oh man. Well, he doesn't have that benefit, right? He's not going to destroy Nova into a bunch of things. He has the on reveal first. So if I had waited till the next turn to play Killmonger, I still would have destroyed all those things. So it doesn't really matter. Oh well. We don't want to Rhino, Xandar, or Baxter Building because we're definitely going to win Baxter Building. That's the plan anyways. Let's Rhino Xandar. Why not? Because I can claw on 5, then I'll have the option to either Giganto on the left or Onslaught down the middle. I feel like I'm doing the same thing that I just did though, and it didn't work out. Let's just do it. Can't think of anything else. Just gonna Crossbones. Okay. Oh. I just really like Giganto on the left there. Part of me wishes actually I had Claude and then Onslaught and then Giganto. Something along those lines. Because now, what's a guy to do? We could Giganto now and figure things out later. So he's going to Jessica Jones. Alright, Giganto. So, probably going to win that location. Would 5 be enough on the right there? Let's see how many cards they have in their hand. 4. Assuming they play 2, that makes Ronin only a 4 power card. If only I could Maximus and Ronin at the same time, that would be ideal. There's a 9 power play with Maximus and Kraven. I actually don't hate putting Kraven on the far left just to give that little bit of extra safety cushion on the left. And then Maximus on the right, and with the +3 from Baxter Building and all that other power from Killmonger and Maximus, we should be in a good spot. I think that's our best play. I don't like Claw, because the only place that makes sense to play him is down the middle. So I'm thinking weird little increase in power on the left, but that makes it 18. If they play like Claw, they don't get the Jessica Jones benefit, and they would have to play 9 power to tie. Alright, let's do it. Looks like it's going to be for 4 cubes. They don't play a card there. They go in the middle. And it's going to be Blue Marvel, which is certainly not enough. There we go. We got the 4 back. I actually don't think that was a bot, by the way. Didn't seem like it anyways. Why would they... I've never seen a bot just run a vanilla Crossbones. So there we go. Back where we started. Let's keep going. So that puts us at 10. That went a lot smoother, and I think it's because we had a bit of an early curve. That feels a bit necessary. Mojo World. Whoa, that's actually pretty good with Mr. Fantastic here. And the Super Flow. Yeah, I mean... Bishop. Oh, he's got a cool Gambit portrait. I like that. I really like my Taskmaster portrait because it feels really in line with my brain. But I gotta say, the portraits feel underwhelming a lot of the time. So that's a nasty little turn 5 play we have. If you can see it, we play Maximus Scorp. Mindscape is wacky. Well, we could just get rid of Mindscape, couldn't we? Do I want to do that next turn? Because I like Hobgoblin on the Super Flow. That's really nasty as well. Yeah, maybe I'll just give him the cards now. Say, you know, figure it out, my dude. He's going to Jubilee into what? Angela. That is not a good card to get from Jubilee. Really awkward spot for him, in fact. So, I'll say it again. When I can foresee a good couple plays for myself, I like to snap. So we're doing it. Because this is a nasty play. Hobgoblin on the Superflow. Hate it when it happens to me. Even worse is when the Green Goblin is on the Superflow. I really, really, really want that card. So he's going to commit immediately to Mojo World with Iron Man. Dude, the 214 power because of the benefit. But really, let's just ignore the 200. He's basically at 20, right? And I'm at 11. Which sadly is not enough. Not enough at all. 7 cards in hand. We don't care about the Superflow benefit. Doesn't seem like I can win Mojo World unless my next draw is Giganto. So we could Claw. I like Claw. And if I draw Onslaught, it's pretty good. How many cards do we have left in the deck? We got 4. We got Giganto in the deck. We got Onslaught in the deck. I'm trying to think of what else. Ronin is another one we have in the deck, which would be pretty good here. Ooh, Lockjaw. That is nerve-wracking. What just happened? I totally forgot about Mindscape. He's got trash. And, and I get my Giganto. Wow. And then I win the... It's just funny because I was saying how I could get Giganto to win the left location, and now I have his, which actually has the exact same border. He's legendary status as mine. I don't think he stole it from me. He's just running the same thing. Good for him. I kind of expect a retreat here. My dude, you can't win the middle location. He's going to Rhino to... my Rhino! And my Scorpion combo. I comboed myself. But it's all good. Guys, I'm an idiot sometimes. I wasn't paying attention. Holy smokes. Okay, you see why I dropped it down to 20? Because now I'm down to 2. Or no, I'm back down to 6. Oh my god, math. Why did I do that? Idiot. I just miscounted from the bishop. I just thought for sure Giganto was the power we needed. And you know what? I didn't even look at what the cards he gave me. There might have been a much better alternative. I'm not the best player, guys. I like to have fun, okay? I just like to have fun. Okay, Rhino. Rhino, you're a weird guy, man. But you're also a pretty cool guy. Because I don't want things to move to the right, and I could claw on the left for... What is this? Okay, whatever. Morphs into my claw. That's cool. Do I want a Ronin? It's kind of a wacky play. Or why Ronin when you can Crossbones? Man, Ronin just like falls all the time. In the draft, I thought that was going to be a good combo. It's not working out. Odin into the Jubilee. Thor. Holy. That was way too much for my liking. Good sir. I kind of like putting Hobgoblin on the left because I have a feeling that he's not going to play a card there this turn. Yep. We're going to try. We're gonna try it, we're gonna snap. Because we're just going for it now. We're down to 6 cubes, so if he snaps and then we go to the end, then I'll end up losing the run. But I'm feeling villainous. Okay, so he plays 2 cards on the right, Star-Lord and Mr. Fantastic. We successfully get Hobgoblin out there. Now the only thing is he can play Mjolnir, and he'll get +6 power, which will put him to 13, so we do have to play something there. But we have the Claw. Give him the 5 to the Danger Room. Holy smokes, though. That's like all we can do. The other thing is, I guess, Killmonger, Maximus, and just pray to the RNG gods that Maximus doesn't get destroyed. What does that put me at? 14. He's going to get Mjolnir. We're just going to assume that. He's going to go with 13. That does win the left. Maximus should win the right, the middle on his own. Unless they play something big and it doesn't get destroyed and Maximus gets destroyed. Break my heart. They don't even have to play anything big. It could just be 5 power. But the alternative is I just claw, and that's not enough either. It just runs no risk of getting destroyed. I don't know, guys. He's definitely going to... I don't know. Let's see what happens. Plays 2 cards. It's Blue Marvel. I don't think that's enough. And Mjolnir, as we foresaw. Oh, wait, that's certainly enough. Oh! But we got down the middle with Danger Room. We're having a rough go. We are down to 2 cubes. This is not... This is not going well. It's okay. We keep going. We keep going. Jeez, we'd have to go on an absolute tear to win. Oh my god, what TVA? Okay, check this out. Big flex. We're going to snap to show our dominance, put them into submission, because we have good cards in our hand. We have our early game. Okay. Be a 1-drop. No. But we dodged the Star-Lord. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. We have Maximus, because I don't care if he has cards. Whoa! We got squirrels. We got squirrels. This one's easy. This is an easy win. Wolfsbane.
Time's up.
Time's up. Time is up. What do we want to do about it? I could accuse him. He's got a big hand. That's actually wild. Let's put Ronin down the middle. Or do we just force all 3 locations? That seems pretty good too. Okay, this one's the game. Gosh, come on, snap, buddy. Snap. He's not going to do it. Yeah, there's no way that Sunspot wins. Okay. Well, for a second I was like, wait, did he just play 2 cards at the locations that I didn't play cards at? We'll take the TVA win to put us up to 4. Still within lethal range. Still in a tight spot. Holy smokes. It's gonna be like my longest video ever. Chicago. Nidavellir. Why are people snapping right away? I can't handle that. That's too much for me to handle. Superflow, pretty good. Yeah. I quite like Maximus. Mr. Sinister seems okay, but Mr. Sinister's pretty good. Let's put Maximus on the location. What could go wrong, right? He's gonna play 2 cards there. Psylocke, cool. Agent 13. Those are pretty meh cards. And then the Bifrost. Ah, so everything's going to shuffle over to the right, which means he's going to have problems with his Superflow. Excellent. Not so excellent. Like, what do I do here? In fact, what do I do for the next 2 turns? I guess I have to abandon the Superflow as well. Which is really too bad, because Claw, Giganto were going to be nice. Actually, we're just going to play Craven. No, we're going to play Mr. Sinister. No. Yeah, we're going to play Craven. I can almost get things to move over to Craven with the Bifrost. That's kind of a hilarious play. But I unfortunately really like... Oh, Ronan. I was going to say I like Claw on Nidavellir, so that he moves over to the Superflow, gives +5 to the Bifrost. But Ronan's pretty good too. Why don't we just Ronan? Keeping the Superflow alive. That was pretty nasty. That was pretty nasty by him. Oh Lord. Gamora. Oh, that is such a good skin. Goodbye, villains. Okay, I'm gonna revisit this one. We're gonna do a villains draft number 2 some point. I might have to run through the heroes, anti-heroes, do that sort of thing, but we will come back to these villains. Look at, they're blacked out. They were hiding in their shame. It was fun though. I love doing these drafts. Let me know of other ideas or themes that you'd like to see. Let me know if I should change the format. Maybe do something so it's a little quicker, faster paced games. Maybe just 3 games, best of 5. I don't know. I like the life total though, but it's pretty tricky. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you want to support the channel, snap the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. I love hearing all the comments, feedback. It's been a lot of fun. I'm enjoying Marvel Snap. I hope you guys are playing it too. And I'll catch you guys next time.